Hola. Mean Grow Game family. Welcome back to another interesting video. I want y'all to check out this plant that's just determined to grow. I literally haven't put in any work at all whatsoever. It's 100% a freebie. I love Mother Nature. She always give me freebies. Look at this though. So this here, I don't even know what kind of plant it is, to tell you the honest to God truth. If I get down in here, I probably could find what is called a seed coat, right? So the seed coats are when the plant germinate and the seed don't pop off yet, the top of it. So look, here go one of the seeds. I'm assuming it's a pumpkin seed. All of these plants grow the same. So be it watermelon, cantaloupe, squash, zucchini, cucumber, pumpkin, like they all look the same. You can't, the only difference be, the main difference be the size of the leaves. So I'm about to show y'all how I ended up with a plastic tote full of a bunch of gigantic mystery plants. So here is an example of my self-contained fertilization, homemade fertilization system. I have two plastic totes. In the top one, I drill a bunch of holes so you can have breathability. Obviously, I got holes on the bottom. So what I do is I fill it up with water. Every couple of days, I will lift the top tote out and I will let the contents drain. So all of that liquid that you see draining down right there is called compost tea, right? It's some of the best fertilizer on the planet. No big box store. It's nothing you can buy. It's no substitute for it. Miracle Grow, eat your heart out. This right here is something anybody can do. All I'm using is grass, leaves, kitchen scraps. When I prune my plants in the garden, instead of throwing that type of stuff in the trash, I just put it in this tote like this, and I let it, break down. And that's it. And not only do I get to use the liquid that drains from the bottom of the tote and mix it with my water each time I water my plants, but the actual contents of the bin itself is healthy for the garden. You can either use it as mulch around your plants, or when you first dig a hole and you're about to install new plants, you can throw some of that down in the hole, along with, bone meal, blood meal, and other plant food, garden lime, whatever else that you add into your hole. So when the roots, immediately when they grow, they're growing directly into nutrients, right? So it's a perfect soil amendment. It retains moisture for an extended period of time. It's absolutely wonderful. This is something that anybody can do completely for free. It's probably one of the most economical, one of the best things you can possibly do for your garden. This is my worm bin system, right? So I actually do got videos on that, but I'll do more updated videos showing exactly how I build them and everything about this. But this is not what I want to talk about right now. I want to give you all an example of what happens every year when the weather breaks, it heats up, it rains a few times. Plus I'm already adding water to it because I want the water to drain out the bottom. But whenever you add moisture to this system, all of the tomatoes and the cucumbers and the zucchinis and everything, the watermelon and the cantaloupe that I have been adding to the worm bin so that it can break down and give me the nutrients, those seeds don't die. They will overwinter. And then when the spring comes, like I say, the temperature changes and the climate becomes conducive to support life, then you have situations like this, where you will have plants that start to germinate completely on their own. Now, what I normally do, because I don't want the plants to grow and use up the nutrients, even though those few plants not going to use up all of those nutrients for an entire tote. But I'm not necessarily trying to grow plants in the plastic tote. Plus, I really don't know what each one of those are because it's all type of different stuff in there, right? So what I normally do is I would just pluck them out when they're real young, Or I would take a few and just actually put them in pots or put them around my garden. They be like a pleasant surprise, little mystery plants. I've been wanting to see what they are. This year I decided, you know what? I wanted, since this plant is determined to grow, who am I to interrupt it? So I decided, you know what? I'm going to let it grow. And this obviously isn't one plant. It's probably about 50 plants altogether. According to the experts, I should, cut a bunch of them and maybe leave one or two if I want to let them grow to full maturity. They claim it's not enough space. They're going to start competing for nutrients. But you know what? Who cares? I didn't pay anything for them anyway. I just want to see what happens. It's a beautiful experiment. I'm not really sure what it is, what type of plant is it, but I can get down ahead. This is one of the seeds that didn't fall off once the plant germinated. So based off the size of this, I'm assuming it has to be probably a pumpkin. But we'll wait and see. I just thought this was an awesome sight. And look how healthy it is. Look how big these leaves are. I haven't added anything to it at all whatsoever. So this is a testament of the effectiveness of my self-contained fertilization system. Look how luscious and green and beautiful and healthy my plant is growing with me doing absolutely nothing. Now imagine if I intentionally added fertilization to it. Oh my God, it'll be next level. So if you're interested in more tips, do-it-yourself tricks related to all things personal gardening, follow Mean Grow Game, MEANGROWGAME on all digital platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. And you will receive updates and you will be able to do a lot of this stuff yourself. Almost everything I'm showing y'all is virtually free. Pennies on a dollar. And you're getting effective results like this for pennies on the dollar. You can't beat it. Therefore, you might as well join it. Mean Grow Game.